School coming to you live from North Georgia. It's prep basketball on the airwaves. Thanks for being with us tonight for our simulcast, Georgia's 93.7 and WFLI across Chattanooga and North Georgia. Fanfare in full swing here at the gymnasium, filling up a great turnout tonight for this one. A big battle coming between the Tigers of Ringgold High School, who are on the road taking on Lafayette's Ramblers. The Tigers this season are 11-11. The Lady Ramblers are 9-10. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Tonight I'll bring you all of the action between these two great GHSA basketball programs. It's going to be a great tilt. The Ramblers wearing their orange warm-ups now. The Tigers wearing their blue warm-ups. A couple of great superstars on the floor. Tonight we'll keep an eye on Jenna Baker for the Ramblers. She's been shooting at a very high clip. One of 5 seniors who will be honored as part of senior night ceremonies tonight from Lafayette High School, and hoping that she can pour in the points for her team to push them to a victory. The bench bosses for the Lafayette Ramblers, the head coach is Holly Rudy. For the Ringgold Tigers, Cassidy Gaylor. We'll take a short 2-minute break and be back with more pregame coverage on the Lafayette Ramblers and Ringgold Tigers in just a moment.
Oh, I forgot to come back. All right. Did you decide if we're going to do the halftime live?
I think we should just take their audio because they told me they didn't have a time for it, so it would just be however long it took, and I'd hate to be like, we'll just go to programming and then it's 2 minutes, or vice versa, it's really long.
Okay. Back to you now.
Hello and welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia, and inside of Lafayette High School. Our pregame coverage underway now between the Ramblers of LHS and the Ringgold High School Tigers. The Tigers on the road, a great matchup tonight, a great region tilt in GHSA basketball. Lafayette High School 9-10 this season. The Tigers 11-11 overall. These two are about to meet head-on as the season coming to a close. Two great girls basketball programs. Really excited to have you along with us for the ride tonight on WQCH and WFLI. The simulcast coming to you across the region. Gabriel Schrei with all of the action between these two. Had a moment to speak to Holly Rudy and her staff before the game. They're feeling confident about the Ramblers' performance tonight against the Ringgold Tigers. The Tigers bring a lot of firepower to the floor. 1,071 points scored this season. That's 48.5 per game. They only allow 43 points per game. The Ramblers scoring the same exact clip, 47.8 points per game. They allow a bit more, though, 49 per game on average points allowed by Lafayette High School this season. Again, 9-10 overall. They're 4-7 in region play. The Tigers 11-11 overall, 5-6 in region play. The Tigers enter. They've lost 3 straight games. The Ramblers have lost 1. They dropped their game on Tuesday here against the Daresville's Tigers, 44-41. So they'll be looking to right the ship and notch a win tonight against the Ringgold Tigers. The Tigers obviously have a little more to go, a lot more to win for here tonight on a 3-game skid. They lost on Tuesday against Bremen at home, 44-40. We'll take one more short 2-minute break and be back with tip-off and all of the action from Lafayette High School. Prep basketball coming up, WQCH, WFLI.
Okay. You said 2 minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, we have a nasty
I was
delay.
texting Jeff.
Everything sound good on your end?
Yes, other than me and you talking.
Okay.
And Jeff says it sounds good. You can see that on his text.
Okay. What's Jeff's last name?
It is Leaf Floor. Leaf Floor.
Luther?
No, Lefloor.
Oh, LaFleur, okay.
LaFleur. Okay, get ready. It's you.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia. We're just moments away from tip between the Ringgold Tigers, who are on the road, and the Lafayette High School Ramblers. Prep basketball is part of our simulcast tonight, WQCH Radio, WFLI Radio. Thanks for letting us into your home, into your living room, into the restaurant where you're at, the garage, enjoying the broadcast with us. Gabriel Schrei here and excited for the action between these two great programs. The Ramblers this season, they've risen to 9-10 overall, 4-7 in region play. Notably, they're 4-3 at home where they play tonight. The Ringgold Tigers 5-6 on the road this season, 11-11 overall and 5-6 in region play. Before the break, we covered the averages per game. Both programs scoring 48.7 points per game. 909 this season for the Lafayette Ramblers. The Ringgold Tigers 1,071 points scored in their 22 games played. Cassidy Gaylor, the head coach of Ringgold High School. Holly Rudy leads the Ramblers on the bench. A lot of great athletes, a lot of great talent on the floor. We'll keep a close eye on Kinsley. Fours cut tonight for Ringgold High School. She is one of the star players for the Tigers. And we pause now for the American National Anthem.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air.
beautiful rendition of the American National Anthem by a Lafayette High School student. Wow, that's unbelievable. Ramblers and Tigers are ready to make their way onto the hardwood and duke it out again. The Ramblers 9-10 overall this season. The Ringgold Tigers 11-11. The Tigers are trying to snap a 3-game skid. They've lost 3 straight, including on Tuesday night when they lost to Bremen at home in a heartbreaker 44-40. But it was even closer for the Lafayette Ramblers. They had a winning streak snapped and have lost their last game on Tuesday against the Daresville's Tigers. That was here in Lafayette, 44-41, just a 3-point game in that. These two teams have already met once this season, way back on the 9th of this month. It was a Tuesday night matchup in Ringgold, 69-52 the final score. The Tigers a big victory in that. So Lafayette head coach Holly Rudy looking to flip the script, and they will tap their talent, their best players, their best scorers to try and fire it up and drop in a few extra buckets at home in front of a big turnout tonight in Lafayette, Georgia. Ringgold starters have been introduced, and the player that I'm keeping an eye on in their starting lineup tonight is Kinsley Forscutt. She's been so great this season. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. We'll also keep an eye on Allie Massengale. She's been really talented, made a lot of big plays on the hardwood. Lafayette Ramblers playing a hype video to introduce their girls right now. The fans waiting in anticipation for them to run out onto the floor wearing their white home uniforms tonight. The Tigers on the road wearing black with blue accents. Love the sharp looks for both programs. Players to watch for Lafayette's Ramblers tonight. We're going to keep a close eye on Jenna Baker. She runs the point. She's really good at distributing the basketball and creating plays, creating space for her teammates. She is scoring at a great clip, leading the team in points per game. But one player has 3 double-doubles already this season for the Ramblers, and it's one of the 2 sisters, the Yancey sisters. Tamara Yancey has been electric this year for Lafayette High School. Down inside, she is a force to be reckoned with, and I have yet to see anyone be able to keep up with her. So it'll be interesting to see how they work her into the lineup tonight and what kind of performance she strings together. There are a couple of games left in the regular season for these 2 programs. The Ramblers have one coming up on Tuesday at Ridgeland. Then they host one more home night on the 8th against Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe. 1 game left to go for the Ringgold Tigers in the regular season. They travel to Gordon Lee after the weekend on Tuesday night. Again, that's Tuesday the 6th. Rambler lineup onto the floor, led on by the 4.0 student Kennedy Ludy, and she's followed by Fanny Barber. Barber lit it up against the Daresville, dropping in buckets from all over the floor and getting a whole bucket of assists as well. It'll be interesting to see how they work her in tonight. Alongside her, Bianca Segura. She was great on Tuesday night as well. Jenna Baker, the leading scorer for Lafayette High School's Ramblers. And the girl with 3 double-doubles this season isn't going to start tonight. A senior instead, Suki Williams, getting the nod. 4.0 student. And since it's senior night, she's been injured for most of the season. Going to let her get the start, get a couple of quick points in honor of her great career for Lafayette High School. We're ready to get started and get underway with prep basketball on WQCH and WFLI. Thanks for being with us tonight. Gabriel Schrei here courtside with all the action. Back in the studio, Tim Hall and Jeff LaFleur. Ceremoniously, Baker wins the tip, and they just loft this up the floor to Suki Williams, who is given the free 2 points to celebrate her career as a Lafayette Rambler. What a great gesture by Ringgold High School. You love to see that between our communities here in North Georgia, Southeast Tennessee. That's what it's all about. Great sportsmanship by both programs. So with the ceremonial opening 2 points for both programs, it's 2-2 we're going to start this game at, and it kills our first 23 seconds as Suki Williams gets the free bucket. The Ringgold Tigers take one of their own. Now a timeout on the floor as both programs going to take one more breather before we get underway. Thanks for being with us for our broadcast tonight. WQCH 93.7, 1590 AM, WFLI 1070, 96.1, 103. Onto the floor, the Ramblers wearing their white home uniforms with orange accents. The Ringgold Tigers, black with blue accents. The Ramblers will start with the basketball, the inbound. Roped over the midcourt stripe, all the way down the floor to Baker. Baker running along the arc, one hand off, back to her. Ramblers looking for an entry pass. The Tigers back in a defensive shell. Over to Kennedy Ludy. Now to the corner. Here's the three for the Ramblers. It's off the mark. Boarded by Ludy. She floats it out to Baker. Baker looking for the entry pass. Heavily defended, swatted, and taken in by the Ringgold Tigers. Allie Massengale will run the floor. Massengale pass to the corner. There's a quick three, and it's off the heel of the iron for Kinsley Forscutt. Forscutt shot off the mark, boarded by Fanny Barber. She'll run the floor. It's 2-2, 1 minute gone in Lafayette, Georgia. Here's a mid-range floater for Baker. It's off the mark. We remain tied at 2 with 1 minute and 10 seconds gone. The three ball for the Tigers off the fast break, and a fight for the ball results in possession going to Lafayette High School. The Ringgold Tigers 11-11 this season, 5-6 in region play on the road, working to snap a 3-game skid against the Lafayette Ramblers. Ramblers had a winning streak snapped on Tuesday against the Adairsville Tigers. They're 9-10 overall this season, 4-7 in region play. Off the inbound, the Tigers brought the press and forced a turnover. The Ramblers a pass up the floor. This one goes back to Ringgold. Inbound pass coming from Katie Helton. Ringgold Tigers examining the space in front of them. Point guard stops up on the Lafayette Rambler logo, the intercept. Here come the Ramblers. She wants to go the distance, and the sidestep by Fanny Barber. Her shot's off the mark. We remain tied at 2, 1 minute 40 seconds played in Lafayette, Georgia. 6:23 to go in our first. The foul against Fanny Barber sends her to the charity stripe. First trip to the line tonight for either program. Her first goes and makes it a 1-point game. Barber takes her second and gets pulled. 2 for 2 at the line. It's 4-2, Ramblers lead. Ringgold Tigers back up the floor with the basketball. Finessed outside along the arc. Massengale pulls up for 3, and it drains into the iron. 5-3, Ringgold Tigers. Tigers take a quick 1-point lead. Ludy wants to respond, and her floater is short. Boarded by Allie Massengale. Ringgold High School up the floor. Roped close side over to Jersey Ray Lloyd. Lloyd, backdoor. Forscutt down low. Massengale, a little kiss off the glass, and this goes from the mid-post. The Ringgold Tigers extend their lead to 3. It's 7-4. Backdoor pass for the Ramblers on the fast break. Here's a shot from Ludy down inside, and it's off the mark. Tigers get the board. They're running the floor with good pace. Hustling, a pass to the corner. In trouble. Double teamed by Ramblers. Passed away to the close side. Here's the 3, and it goes wide left. Ringgold, a couple of missed shots. Massengale off the mark. This is boarded by Baker. Baker on the fast break. She'll pull up for 3 from the wing. Tigers keeping the tempo high. She wants to go the distance and can't take it coast to coast. Allie Massengale started to gather on the elbow, drove inside, and as she's grabbed at, blows a tire and the ball escapes over the baseline. With that, Ringgold keeps possession. They lead by 3 with 5:06 to play in our first, 7-4. Here's the inbound for Ringgold. Jersey Ray Lloyd to the close side, connected with Keely Mountjoy. She hands it off to Jersey Ray. Jersey Ray walks way back up to the midcourt stripe, examining the floor in front of her. Here's an entry pass, low post, backdoor, lost by Mountjoy. Somehow she keeps it on the floor near the baseline. On the sideline, Forscutt keeps it on. Here's another entry pass to the top of the post, and now a jump ball. Lafayette Ramblers make a heads-up decision to go ahead and force the jump ball. A lot of pressure on them defensively. Ringgold keeps the ball, but they'll have to inbound and reset. 4:43 to go in our first and a 3-point game. Ringgold Tigers lead 7-4. Jersey Ray Lloyd to inbound. Jersey Ray floats this onto the hardwood, narrowly stolen by Baker. Here's the pull-up from range. My goodness, from downtown Chattanooga. That sails over the baseline and back to Lafayette's Ramblers. Lafayette will inbound. It's Raven Yancey, the sister of Tamara Yancey, the threat down inside for the Ramblers. Lafayette High School on to Baker. Baker double teamed, splits through traffic, long pass up the floor to Parker. Parker the entry pass to Yancey. She's in danger and takes a step as she's harassed by the Tigers. We played 3.5 minutes in our first period in a 3-point game. It's 7-4 Ringgold Tiger lead on the road against the Lafayette Ramblers here on WQCH and WFLI. Up the floor in front of the Lafayette Ramblers scorers table. Down to the corner, Ringgold Tigers in trouble, and this one turned over to the Lafayette Ramblers. Good try, trying to push the tempo. Ringgold has had success doing that to this point. Lafayette trying to slow them down just a bit. Raven Yancey off the inbound, up the floor, connects, and the shot off the mark for Baker. Boarded by Yancey, Raven Yancey onto the top of the elbow, pass to the corner, here's the three, the Ramblers get it to go and tie us for the second time tonight at 7, halfway exactly through our first period. 7-7, our second tie of the night, and a timeout down on the floor for these two programs. They're going to take a break. We'll take a 30-second break with them. More prep basketball in just a moment. WQCH, WFLI.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, get ready.
Consider scheduling an appointment at the assessment clinic. They will evaluate and diagnose memory disorders and develop a plan for you to take to your primary care doctor. Schedule today by calling the Northwest Georgia Aging and Disability Resource Connection.
Get ready.
1-800-759.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia. Ringgold Tigers, Lafayette Ramblers underway. Prep basketball on WQCH, WFLI. Ringgold Tigers with possession. We're tied for the second time tonight, just over halfway through our first period, 7-7. Tigers with the ball. Entry pass by Force, cut down low and a little kiss off the glass. This goes, and the Ringgold Tigers back out in front. Nice bucket. Emma Stevenson got a hold of the orange, put it in off the backboard. It makes it a 9-7 game. Tigers lead. Lafayette Ramblers up the floor. Here's the entry pass and a quick foul down along the baseline, the violation. 9-7 for the moment. Ramblers will maintain possession as the call is against the Tigers. Lafayette will inbound from the baseline under the basket. Fanny Barber to do so. 3:20 to play in our first period. Inbound, here's a quick pull-up from the elbow off the mark, boarded by the Tigers. Jersey Ray Loy running the floor. She's got a bit of a sense of urgency. Floats close side to Massengale, now down to the corner. Entry pass, Tigers, the turnaround. She wants to fire. Stevens off the glass, it's off the mark. Gathered up by the Ramblers. Fanny Barber. Barber. She'll run the hurry up in response. Here's a shovel pass down to the corner. The three has too much on it. Boarded by Ringgold's Tigers. Elaine Yarger got the board. Hands it off. Ringgold will run the floor. 2:40 to play in our first. 9-7. 2 points separate these two. Ringgold leads. Entry pass. Trouble for Ringgold. And what a shot. A hook from under the basket by Massengale. She can't get it. Ramblers want to respond on the fast break. This one goes, a little kiss off the glass for Raven Yancey. Yancey ties us for the third time tonight. 2:20 to play in the first. It's 9-9. Ringgold to respond on the fast break. Here's a quick pull-up. It's off the mark. Boarded by the Ramblers. Raven Yancey. She's trying again for the fast break. This time it's wide. Grabbed up by Ringgold's Tigers. Jersey Ray Loy. Pushing the tempo, defended by Tamra Yancey. Finesses the ball, far side to Massengale. She shovels it to the corner. Tigers drive, knifing her way down inside. Ball is lost and gathered by Baker. Baker runs the spin move. Ramblers back to the offensive end. We're tied at 9, 1:40 to play in the first period between the Tigers and the Ramblers. Here's the pull-up, and this one has too much on it for Raven Yancey. Gathered by Ringgold High School. Tigers floated far side. Here's the drive. Same look as the last trip up the floor. This time the foul called against the Ramblers. Fanny Barber right there. Baker right there. Quick call by the official on the baseline. And so the Ringgold Tigers will inbound. Couple of quick changes for the Ramblers. Macy Castile into the game, joined by Ella Webb. Keely Mountjoy back onto the floor for the Ringgold Tigers. 91 to play in our first period, tied at 9, our third tie of the night. Here's the inbound, a lot of space. Yarger's in some danger. She gets rid of it. Jersey Ray Loy trying to back down Yancey. Here's the handoff, and easy, automatic money off the glass for Keely Mountjoy. 11-9. Again in the lead, the Ringgold Tigers. They have yet to trail tonight. Ramblers up the floor. Baker steps inside the line, fires the long two, rattles off the heel of the iron. 60 seconds to play in our first. Here come the Ringgold Tigers. She wants to go the distance. Walking it down inside, Jersey Ray Loy knocks down the floater. Largest lead of the night, 4 points for the Ringgold Tigers. It's 13-9. Ramblers want to respond. Pass to the corner. Now up to the wing. Baker. Baker steps back. Floated to Raven Yancey. Close side, Ella Webb in the corner. She wants 3. It rattles and goes. A 1-point game in Lafayette, Georgia. 30 seconds to play in our first. It's 13-12, Ringgold Tiger lead. They've got the ball, swatted, nearly gathered out of the air by Baker. She floats it down to the corner. Ringgold, the drive, and the floater is short. Boarded by Webb and the Lafayette Ramblers. Baker runs the floor. 12 seconds to play in our first. She'll slow it up. They want to burn every second off the clock. Raven Yancey, the sidestep. Finesses this down inside. There's the floater off the mark, gathered by the Tigers. 2 seconds on the clock. And as the clock sounds, a collision along the baseline. 13-12 is the tally in Lafayette, Georgia. It's a Ringgold Tiger lead after 1 quarter of play. We'll be back with the second in 30 seconds on WQCH and WFLI.
Okay.
All right. Does my audio sound funny to you?
Your audio sounds good. It's just this echo. I'm afraid my saying go is going over the air
Okay.
when I put it up. Jeff says it sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, back to you now.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia. We played 1 quarter. It's 13-12, a 1-point game. The Tigers of Ringgold are in the lead over the Lafayette Ramblers. What an exciting first quarter of play that was. We've already seen 3 ties, the largest lead of the night, just 4 points. And both programs pushing the tempo, trying to get up and down the floor as quickly as possible. We'll see if they change the playbook at all here as we enter period number 2 in what's just a 1-point game. Ramblers off the inbound. Down low to Castile. Her shot is short off the front of the iron. Gathered by the Tigers of Ringgold. Ringgold to the corner. Working this down inside. Wide open. Yarger puts it in off the glass. 15-12. Ringgold leads by 3. 30 seconds gone in our second period. Ramblers pushing the tempo now, and the whistle. A lot of contact, fight for the ball. Ringgold takes back over. A 3-point lead, a chance to extend it. Largest of the night, just 4. We've already seen 3 ties. 0 lead changes. Ringgold has yet to trail to the Ramblers. Tigers close side. Shovel to the corner. Allie Massengale, backdoor. She's swatted at, stolen by Ludi and the Ramblers. Ludi, the 4-point student, hands it off to Fanny Barber. Barber runs the floor. She drives. Entry pass. Tamara Yancey is blockered away by Yarger in the low post. Using her height, using her size, rises up and swats the ball back. 15-12. Ringgold Tigers lead. They take back over with the ball 1 minute into our second period on WQCH and WFLI. Long pass roped up the floor, stolen by Tamara Yancey. She tees up Fanny Barber, who will run the wood. Looking to push the ball down inside and swat it at. Here's a steal by the Ramblers, but a foul in the process. Ringgold Tigers will take back over after a lot of contact by Yancey trying to get to the basketball. Allie Massengale for the inbound. 1 minute, 14 seconds gone in our second period. 15-12, Ringgold leads. Onto the floor from the corner. Ringgold back and forth over the top of the Ramblers. From the close side to the far side. Back to the far side. Massengale, feeling the pressure of Ludi, hands it off, Jersey Ray Loy. Loy from the center of the floor, passes it away, cuts inside, pass back to her, shot is short. The board by the Ramblers, Jenna Baker takes the handoff and she'll run it up the floor. Baker defended way out near the Lafayette Rambler logo, trying to enter her way down inside. The floater has got too much on it. A second chance of the Ramblers. This one short as well. Yarger gets the board. Tigers pushing the tempo, running the fast break. Here's a pass to the corner. The drive down low. Yarger double teamed, splits it, fires off the glass, and it's short. Yancey gets the board, hands it off to Fanny Barber. Lafayette to respond. 2 minutes gone in our second period already. And the Ramblers hit the three. It ties us at 15. 5:50 to play in the first half. What a ball. I mean, that's nuts. Fanny Barber knocks that one down from over the train tracks. Here's the response from the Tigers. They want a three of their own. It's off the mark. A good look for Kinsley Forscutt. Thought we'd see that kind of look from her a lot tonight. Mostly quiet. 15-15, tied with 5.5 to go in the first half. And a foul against the Ramblers. Or in favor of the Ramblers, rather. Fanny Barber driving down inside, grabbed at, in motion, she goes to the charity stripe. Chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. It's 15-all. Her first goes. Ramblers out in front, 5:32 to play in our first half. Second off the mark, it remains a 1-point game. 16-15, Lafayette lead. Long ball up the floor for Ringgold's Tigers, down to the corner. Ringgold in trouble on the double team, trying to maintain possession, and there's the jump ball. Albany Harris had the basketball right in front of the Rambler bench. She's hit with a double team and nearly couldn't escape. Ringgold to run the floor. It's Jersey Ray Loy off the inbound. Calling out to her teammates, Jersey Ray floats this close side. Massengale with the ball, heavily defended by Raven Yancey. Here's the entry pass, backdoor, Yarger spinning in trouble. Sent back outside to Harris, who wants three. It's off the front of the iron, boarded by the Lafayette Ramblers. Ramblers up the floor with pace. Raven Yancey wants to go coast to coast in the foul. The violation is against Lafayette High School. They turn it back over to the Ringgold Tigers in a 1-point game, 16-15. 4:53 to play in our first half. The Ramblers in the lead by just one. It's their first lead of the night. We've already seen 3 ties between these two programs. This has been close, close, close. The largest margin, just 4 points. Ringgold led by at the end of the first. One pass, 2 passes, down low, and it goes off the floor. Keely Mountjoy, the intended recipient, looking for her to go up and put it in off the backboard. Couldn't cradle the ball. It escapes over the baseline and goes back to Lafayette's Ramblers. Prep basketball, thanks for being with us tonight. WFLI, WQCH, I'm Gabriel Schrei. A couple of great guys here with me. Well, not really with me. They're in the studio. Tim Hall, Jeff LaFleur. Ramblers up the floor. The intercept by the Ringgold Tigers. Off of the steal, Harris centers this up. Ringgold driving, backdoor, and the foul. Keely Mountjoy. Too much contact for the liking of the official on the baseline by Raven Yancey. She's able to finish, and a chance at the old-fashioned three. It's 17-16, a 1-point game again, but Ringgold in front. A couple of quick changes. Webb and Castile onto the floor for the Ramblers. In for the Tigers, Ava Mariakis. At the line, this won't go. It remains a 1-point game, 17-16. Ringgold lead, 4.5 to play in our first half. Ramblers up the floor. Here's one from the wing, a quick pull-up for Baker. It's got too much on it. Skiffs off the glass. Stolen back, Fanny Barber taking on the pass back door, and it goes automatic for Raven Yancey. And that's already another lead change, our third of the night. Ramblers in front by 1, 18-17. Ringgold pushing the tempo, pass back door, in trouble. Across again, this time to Harris. Swatted away by Castile, but it goes over the baseline, so the Ringgold Tigers keep the ball. One-point game, Ramblers lead. 3:52 to play in our first half. Here's the inbound. Yarger doesn't like it. Gives it off. The floater by Massengale. Too much on it and boarded by Baker. Baker runs the floor for the Lafayette Ramblers, the most efficient scorer on the roster. Pass to Yancey. She tries the floater and gets it to go from mid-range. Largest lead of the night for Lafayette High School, 20-17. Here come the Ringgold Tigers. In danger, nearly stolen. Big collision. Baker picks it up. She has two defenders to beat, gets around one, and swatted over the baseline by Stevenson. Great shutdown, great cutoff on the backside by the Ringgold Tigers. Emma Stevenson able to chase down Baker and force her into a no-win situation, but the Ramblers keep the ball. Here's the inbound. Baker tries for three. Clatters out. Wide open up the floor off the pass from the rebound. The Tigers get the bucket. It makes it a one-point game. They trail by one, 20-19. Ramblers to respond. Up the floor and off the long ball. A score for Webb. They're just pushing the tempo. It's like a track meet in here. Fanny Barber took the long feed from Webb, put it in off the glass. Again, a three-point game, 22-19 Ramblers. Tigers want to respond. They threw a Hail Mary back up the floor of their own. Massengale didn't like it. Kicked across from the wing. Three has too much. Skiffed off the heel of the iron. Here come the Ramblers. Three-point game for the moment, 22-19. Here's the outlet pass. Fanny Barber, entry to Baker. Baker's off the mark. Remains 3 points between these two. 2:25 to play in the first half. Ringgold running up the floor and the foul. Ringgold wanted to respond as quickly as they could, doing a great job of pushing the tempo. Certainly the game plan for Cassidy Gaylor and Ringgold High School tonight. Jersey Ray Loy took off, had a beat on the basket, and is fouled on the very back end. Misses her first at the line, so it pays off on the gamble for the Ramblers. And a timeout on the floor between these two programs in what's been a close one. 22-19, 3 points separate these two. Can the Tigers get back in the lead? We'll find out in a moment on WQCH WFLI.
I guess you're doing a 30.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Car haulers,
I'll tell you.
trailers, and more. If you need to haul it, they've got the trailers to move it. Ask about their lease-to-own financing option. Stop by the D&D Trailer Sales.
Okay. Get ready? It's you.
Welcome back to Lafayette High School. 22-19, Ramblers lead by just 3 here on WFLI, WQCH. 2:25 to play in the first half between these two programs. This one's turning into an instant classic. Back and forth, we've already seen 3 lead changes, 3 ties between the Tigers and the Ramblers. Thanks for being with us tonight. Gabriel Schrei here. At the line now, Jersey Ray Loy missed her first. Her second rims out, nearly went. Macy Castile gets the board for the Ramblers. Still a 3-point game with them in the driver's seat. Raven Yancey floated to the corner. Entry pass. Here's one for Webb. Too much on it. Boarded by the Tigers. This has been a track meet. They're pushing the tempo. Ringgold up the floor to Loy. Close side. Wanting to pull. Allie Massengale. Finessed inside to Yarger. Yarger backdoor. Ringgold trying again on the close side. Here's a wide open 3 from the wing. It's off the mark and boarded by Ludi of the Ramblers. Less than 2 to play in our first half. 22-19 Rambler lead. Pass to the corner, kept on the floor by Emma Parker. Parker, and a blown tire as this one escapes over the sideline. Prep basketball tonight between the Ramblers and the Tigers. Tigers 11-11 this season. The Ramblers 9-10. 3 lead changes, 3 ties tonight in a 22-19 matchup. Ramblers in the lead by just 3 for now. Castile to the corner to Webb, who wants 3, and she gets it. Boy, oh boy, that one just rolls over the iron into the twine. It makes it a 5-point game, the largest margin of separation tonight, 24-19. Tigers up the floor. Long pass in some danger, able to hang on to it. Back and forth they go. Loy across to the straightaway to Massengale. She comes back to the wing to Loy, who knocks down the deep 3. From down 75 in downtown Dalton, Georgia, she gets the long ball to cash in. It's a 2-point game, 24-22, and the foul on the sideline right in front of the Rambler bench as they try to run this back up the hardwood. "62 seconds to play in our first half in a 2-point game. Ramblers lead over the Ringgold Tigers in their home floor, 24-22. To inbound, it's Fanny Barber. Launches this to Baker. Baker walks inside of the arc, and now she'll slow for a moment. There's the mid-range jumper. Too much on it. Tamara Yancey can't fight it away from Yarger. Yarger, long ball to Loy. Loy hands it off in the corner. Ringgold Tigers around the world, down to the close side. Ringgold High School's force cut, trying to go inside, stolen by Webb. She gives it off to Baker. Jenna Baker will run the floor, carefully yo-yoing the orange. 35 seconds to play in our first half. To the corner, Webb pulls up for another three. This one too much on it. Yancey loses the ball and it escapes over the baseline. The ball stays with Lafayette High School. Baker will inbound for the Ramblers. Baker looking to Webb. Now Ludi, she finds her on the wing. Ludi shovels it back down to the corner. Ball comes back to her quickly, across to Webb. She fires from just inside the line and boarded by Loy on the short look. 15 seconds in the half. Ringgold Tigers pushing the tempo again. Here's a pass to the corner for three, not enough on it. Baker gathers it in the corner. 7 seconds, 5. Here come the Ramblers. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. The Ludi pull-up from the corner goes. With 1 second on the clock, she knocks it down. The Ramblers extend their lead, 27-22, a 5-point game at the half on a quick buzzer beater as the clock runs out in Lafayette, Georgia. What an exciting first half it was between these two programs. Going back and forth, back and forth. They're going to take a break for the halftime. We're going to take a break as well and be back with some halftime analysis and more between the Ramblers and the Tigers. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 2 minutes on WQCH, WFLI.
Okay.
Aviation, business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient locations.
That's it. I'm getting sick. Bury me.
Oh no, you can't do that.
There's no way that's not a 3. She was not on the line.
Oh.
They marked it as a 2. There's no way. They're talking at the scorer's table. I'm mad about it. I was sure that was definitely a 3. She wasn't even close. She was literally on the sideline.
Okay.
Salty. All right, whatever.
Somebody's gonna fuss.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally not going to bother me for the rest of the weekend.
Parents that get into it though.
Oh, I'm kidding. It will bother me.
From basic savings accounts and simple checking to complex financial portfolio management, the Bank of Lafayette stands ready to help you with all of your banking needs. When you own a business, nothing can take the place of
Not yet.
experience. Some very
Making a sound bed.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do the intros because I don't think he has any.
Okay.
What doesn't? At the Bank of Lafayette, we've been helping local business owners grow their businesses since 1899. And we're certain we have the resources and the experience to help you. Bank with confidence at the Bank of Lafayette. Now in our 125th year of hometown banking.
Okay, get ready.
FDIC.
Back to you now.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia. Ramblers, Ringgold Tigers, live, WFLI, WQCH Radio. Excited to have you with us for great prep basketball. This one, an instant classic already. We've already seen 3 ties, 3 lead changes. The largest lead of the night, just 5 points, held by the Ramblers of Lafayette High School. They've been fueled on tonight by Tamara Yancey rebounding down inside. Macy Castile looking good, spreading the ball out. Ella Webb has hit a couple of deep threes, looking really sharp for Lafayette High School. Emma Parker helping out. Fanny Barber doing her usual work, knifing her way down inside, creating scoring opportunities for Lafayette High School. At the half, a 4-point game, 26-22. The Ramblers of Lafayette High School in the lead by just 4. And that was the largest lead of the night until the very ending stages of that second quarter. Top performers tonight for the Ringgold Tigers. Allie Massengale looked really good. Jersey Ray Loy doing a great job distributing the ball, running the floor. She's had a lot of really good-looking entry passes. Elaine Yarger has been a threat down inside, creating scoring plays, and also on the defensive end of the floor. Emma Stevenson, a few nasty plays as well down inside. Kinsley Forscutt looking sharp. She's been an important piece tonight for the Ringgold Tigers. It's going to be interesting to see how they make changes at this halftime break. Both programs in the locker room now, getting some whiteboard time in, talking strategy. What changes do you make in such a close game? It seems like a lot of things are going well for both programs. Both are obviously going to look to get their star players more involved. Whoever does that more successfully, going to be an interesting second half, third quarter, fourth quarter between these two programs. These two programs on offense have averaged the same amount of points per game this season, 48.7 for both of them. Ringgold has played a couple more games, though. 22 games played to the Ramblers, 19 games played. Ringgold Tigers are 11-11 overall this season. Lafayette Ramblers 9-10 overall this season. Lafayette 4-7 in region play. Tigers 5-6. And it's a home matchup for the Ramblers. At home, they're 4-3 this season. The Tigers less successful on the road than at home, 5-6 overall when playing road games. We'll take another break with these two programs. It's part of the halftime show. 26-22, a 4-point game. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more prep basketball. WQCH, WFLI.
Okay.
I was just going to let the music play as a sound bed.
Yeah, it's getting a little loud, but
I thought it sounded good. Maybe a little bit lower, but I don't know how it's sounding on Jeff's.
Yeah, if it's too loud, I could cut it down.
Yeah.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. This is State Farm agent Sally McGinnis, and we want to be your one-stop shop for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. My team and I are ready to help. Give us a call today at 706-638-3555.
It's driving me nuts how loud it is in here. It's unusually loud.
The Georgia Memory Net
It
is
is.
dedicated to early diagnosis and treatment of Alzheimer's disease.
It's full.
Dementia. If you
It is?
Yeah, you could probably get, well, the away stands where I'm at are about half full. The home stands are about 3/4 full. The boys' game, it's going to be full in here.
That's good. Community support.
I'd guess there's at least 1,000 people.
Since 1953, families in and around Lafayette and Walker County have chosen the Dairy Dip as their favorite spot for lunch and dinner, serving up the largest variety of food in the area. The Dairy Dip has something for even the pickiest of eaters, so bring your family and your friends and head on over to the Dairy Dip. Open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m. The Dairy Dip Restaurant and Catering, 302 West Villanelle Street.
Okay.
Lafayette.
Get ready? You.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia, home of the Ramblers. Tonight they play host to the Ringgold Tigers here on WQCH, WFLI. A 4-point game at the halftime window, 26-22. Ramblers lead. Really good matchup after 2 quarters of play, headed towards our third quarter. Both programs getting a little whiteboard time. Going to come back out onto the floor in just a couple of seconds, start getting warmed up for the second half. It's going to be very interesting to see what changes these two implement. Not much either could do. Obviously, Lafayette really needs to slow down the tempo up the floor. Ringgold is forcing the Ramblers to play fast, out-of-control basketball by getting the ball on the floor, running it down as quickly as they can, passing it around the arc, just trying to take the first open shot they get as quickly as possible. And it's worked really well. Great strategy by Cassidy Gaylor. Ringgold High School tonight, they're going to look to do that again in the second half. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they're able to pull that off. 2 minutes until the second half. We're going to take one more quick break and be back in 2 minutes with quarters 3 and 4. Prep basketball, Georgia's 93.7 and WFLI.
Okay.
He texted about music again, so I'm guessing it's coming from somewhere on the board. Or does he think that's not supposed to be? Does he have music playing? Is that why he's confused?
Well, it's all on the air. I don't know. I'll call him
Okay.
during the next.
Plus, it's country, which would be less than ideal. Maybe a
Yeah.
switch is flipped or something.
Well, that's the band. It might be the music he's hearing.
I don't have the crowd mic on either right now, and it's like clear as day.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even hear myself on the headphones over it.
Hey, what kind of music you hearing? Okay. He does put some music under him a little bit. That's what he does. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
He's just thinking it's the drivers or something.
He thought it was on accident.
Yes.
That makes more sense. I was like, why is he mad?
Yeah. They're not used to that. I guess. Okay, get ready.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College. High demand careers begin here.
Back to you now.
Third quarter coming up in just seconds from Lafayette, Georgia. The Ringgold Tigers on the road tonight in region play, taking on the Ramblers girls prep basketball. Coming to you live, WQCH, WFLI, part of our simulcast coverage. I'm Gabriel Schrei here courtside with all the action. Back in the studio, two great guys with me, Mr. Jeff LaFleur, Tim Hall running the boards. The Ramblers will start this second half with the ball in the lead by 4, 26-22. Here's the inbound. Pushing it up inside and off the mark. Fanny Barber tries the first shot of the second half. Score remains a 4-point difference. 20 seconds gone off the clock. Tigers, one pass now, two onto the straightaway. Allie Massengale to the far side and into the corner. Tigers don't like the look. They're going to try again to the close side. Loy feeds it down low. Here's a look to the corner. Massengale drives, passed outside, nearly lost. Baker defensively bringing the heat for the Ramblers. Tigers still with the ball, and now this will be an inbound for the Tigers on the violation up by the sideline. Loy will put this back onto the floor for Ringgold as they maintain possession. Great turnout here tonight. The gym is filling up quickly. Here's the inbound. Ringgold walking it around the arc. Jersey Ray Loy. Entry pass to Yarger. Yarger back to Loy. Loy tries the floater from mid-range. Air ball. Boarded by Baker, and she is run down on the baseline. Ramblers keep the ball. Tamara Yancey will inbound for Lafayette. 1 minute gone in our third quarter in a 4-point game, 26-22. Onto the floor. Here come the Ramblers. Fanny Barber. Barber wants to take it all the way. Backdoor pass. Webb clatters off the glass, won't go. Yarger gets the board for the Ringgold Tigers across the floor to Loy. Loy, long outlet pass for Massengale. Massengale steps up to the wing, finesses it across the floor to Jersey Ray, and as she tries to pass it to the corner, swatted by Webb up into the bleachers. 1 minute, 15 seconds gone in our third quarter in a 4-point game. Still scoreless in this second half between the Ringgold Tigers and Lafayette Ramblers. Ringgold off the inbound turns this back over to Lafayette High School, so Raven Yancey taking over for Lafayette. She's going to be defended, contested by Allie Massengale right alongside the Ringgold Tiger bench. 6:43 to play in our third quarter, 26-22 Ramblers. Scoreless still in this third quarter. And right away turned back over and back by Lafayette. Massengale inbounds. Ringgold Tigers, Jersey Ray Lloyd. Jersey Ray heavily defended by Yancey, passed away. Tigers outside. This one escapes into the crowd. It goes into the bench of Ringgold. 90 seconds gone in our third quarter. Scoreless in this second half. 26-22, a 4-point game. Lafayette in the lead, they've got the ball. Raven Yancey passes it to Tamara Yancey, and her sister rustles the twine for two. The largest lead of the night for Lafayette High School, 6 points, it's 28-22. That opens the scoring here in the second half, nearly 2 minutes into it. Outlet pass, Jersey Ray, she knifes her way inside. The floater rims and won't go. That couldn't have been closer to flushing. Tamara Yancey gets the board. 3 double-doubles this season for Yancey. Long pass, Baker inside to Webb. Webb, too much heat down there. Now to Yancey on the elbow, and Tamara can't knock it down. Boarded by Baker, and she puts it in off the glass. The largest lead of the night becomes even larger. It's an 8-point game, 30-22 Rambler lead. We'll take a 30-second break. There's a timeout on the floor, and be back with more prep basketball. WQCH, WFLI.
Okay. Got you.
I feel like I have to yell.
Okay, you gotta get ready for this.
Okay, back to you, Gabe.
Back in Lafayette, Georgia, here on WFLI, WQCH, prep basketball on the airwaves. Thanks for being with us. Gabriel Schrei here. All the action. Largest lead of the night for the Lafayette Ramblers, 8 points. It's 30-22. 5.5 to play in our third quarter. Ringgold Tigers onto the floor. It's stolen by the Ramblers, pushing the tempo. Baker takes it inside and ladles it in off the glass, erupting out of the timeout. And it's now a 10-point game, the first double digit of the night for the Ramblers. Allie Massengale up the floor for Ringgold. She steps inside, fires from mid-range. Boarded by Lafayette. They pass it across, far side. Raven Yancey all the way up the floor to Baker, who's on the arc. Shovel to the corner. Here's the pull-up for three, and it's short. Ramblers keep it alive. Raven Yancey out front to Webb, and Webb can't get it either. Ringgold Tigers get the board, keeping themselves in it. It's a 10-point game. Lafayette in the lead, 32-22. Massengale across the floor, now down to the corner. Entry pass inside, sails on Ringgold. Lafayette takes back over, 4:40 to play in the third. The first time these two teams met this season was way back on Tuesday, the 9th of this January month we've just ended. It was at Ringgold, and it was a win for the Ringgold Tigers, 69-52, a really big win for Ringgold at the time. Ringgold intercepts the pass. Massengale takes away the inbound by the Ramblers, and as she tries to force it into the corner, this one escapes the floor. So the Ramblers will keep the ball. Raven Yancey puts this one on. 1, 2, 3 passes up to Baker. Baker runs the spin move, stopping up near the arc to the far side. Back to Raven Yancey, who's in the corner. Entry pass to Baker. Mid-range, rims and goes. It spins 6 times before it hits the twine. 34-22, a 12-point game. Rambler lead. Tigers want to respond. They're scoreless in this second half. Here's the drive. Massengale kisses it in off the glass to snap the 12-0 run of the Ramblers with 3:50 to play in our third period. Here's the steal by Massengale off the inbound, and the foul down by the baseline. It remains a 10-point game, but a 12-0 run to start this second half for the Ramblers. Right now it's a 14-2 run. First at the line won't go. Keely Mountjoy will take 2. A couple of changes on the floor for both programs. Barber will take a break. Baker will take a break. House onto the floor. Castile onto the floor for the Ramblers. Mountjoy's second won't go either, off the heel of the iron. Remains a 10-point game. 3:40 to play in our third period. Up the floor, Raven Yancey finesses this to her sister, Tamara Yancey. She tries the floater in traffic, and it's boarded by the Tigers. Jump ball. 2 Ramblers all over the Tiger down in the low paint. She gets the jump ball. Ringgold keeps it. Jersey Ray Loy off the inbound. Pushing the tempo. Swatted, nearly stolen. Massengale floated to the corner. Here's the entry pass down inside. Yarger steps around the defender, can't get it. Tamara Yancey with the board, passes it to Raven Yancey. The Yanceys walking up the floor together. Raven Yancey tries the floater from long range and can't get it. Yarger with the board, battles outside. Long feed down the floor. Ringgold can't get it. Rattled off the far side of the iron. 3 minutes to play in our third period. 34-24 Ramblers. Thanks for being with us for tonight's broadcast. WFLI, WQCH, prep basketball. First game of a doubleheader. We'll have the boys' game as well. Here's the entry pass to Castile, and it's short. Macy Castile tries one. Here come the Ringgold Tigers. Stripped away. Raven Yancey has a lot of room. One defender to beat off the glass. It goes. 36-24 Ramblers as Raven Yancey keeps it rolling. A timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. A 12-point game. Ramblers in the driver's seat. Can the Ringgold Tigers slow it down? We'll find out in 30 seconds on WFLI, WQCH.
Okay. It was on his side.
Oh, he had music coming through on his side?
He had some country music coming through.
Oh, okay.
He said Evans got him doing 5 things.
That happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Okay, good. Get ready. Back to you now.
That's the Lafayette Rambler Band playing us back in here on WFLI, WQCH. We're in Lafayette, Georgia. It's a regional matchup between the Lafayette Ramblers, who are hosting the Ringgold Tigers. The Tigers this season 11-11 overall, 5-6 in region play. On the road, they're 5-6. The Ramblers 9-10 overall, 4-7 in region, but at home, they're 4-3. And right now, they lead by 12 over the Ringgold Tigers. The Ramblers lost by a big margin way back on the 9th of January to Ringgold at the Tigers' place. Ringgold with the ball, the inbound up the floor. Yarger passes it to the wing. Here's the 3. It was a good look, but just a bit too much range. The putback will go for Albany Harris. It makes it again a 10-point game. 36-26, Rambler lead. 2:15 to play in our third. Ramblers lighting it up here in this third period. The inbound to Ludi, and the whistle as she's harassed on her way up the hardwood. Ramblers will try again to walk the plank. Emma House on to Emma Parker. Parker running the floor for Lafayette. Pass to Ludi. Ludi pulls up for 3 from just in front of the bench and can't get it. And a foul as 2 players collide on the elbow. Albany Harris got a hold of the ball, grabbed that by Parker. Ringgold will take advantage of that as they'll now inbound the ball. Keely Mountjoy puts it onto the floor. Jersey Ray Loy, back and forth those two go. Loy over the midcourt stripe, double teamed, in trouble. Out to Mountjoy. Mountjoy down low, Yarger can't beat out Tamara Yancey, trying Mountjoy again. Back down low to Yarger, who gets it to go. Nothing but twine. 8-point game, 1:40 to play in our third, 36-28. Trouble down in front of the scorer's table as 2 players collide, and Ringgold will keep the basketball. This third period has really just been a Rambler run until these last couple of seconds. They went on a 10-0 run to open the period. Build a nice lead for themselves out of the halftime break. Clearly whatever Holly Rudy said in the locker room worked. Took advantage of that whiteboard time. Ringgold Tigers run the floor. Loy up to the straightaway. Yarger defended out deep by Macy Castile. The handoff to Harris. Harris penetrates and gets around Emma Parker for the layup off the glass. Just like that, it's a 6-point game. At one point, the Ramblers had a 12-point lead. Pass over to Ludi. Ludi backdoor. Tamara Yancey tries it off the glass. Won't go. Fight for the ball, and it's a jump ball. Yarger and Yancey both had hands on it. 70 seconds to go in our third period, in a close one. 36-30 Rambler lead from Lafayette, Georgia. Here's the inbound. Lafayette with the ball. Baker floated close side, looking to hook up with Parker and overshot it. That sailed into the stands. Good turnout tonight, and it's not too late to be with us for our second game of our doubleheader. We'll have it here on the radio, so you can tune in for free, live, anywhere. We've got 5 options tonight. You can listen online, crystal clear, anywhere in the world as well for free. Discover Dade, discoverwalker.com. Ringgold Tigers up the floor. And the travel, so we'll turn it back over to the Ramblers. But you can be here with us in person for just $5. So come on out, hop in your car if you're anywhere nearby. Get here quick. Boys will tip off in about 35 minutes. You could probably catch the end of the girls' game if you're in town. Just $5 to get in here, hang out with us. You can pay by card or cash at the door. Ramblers up the floor. Jostled right on the midcourt stripe by the Ringgold Tigers. They'll keep it. And inbound from alongside the scorer's table. Parker to inbound for Lafayette High School. 43 seconds left in our third quarter in a 6-point game. 36-30 Lafayette. Parker gets the pass back to her and can't knock down the three. Boarded by Loy. Jersey Ray wants to go the distance, and she will. It's a 4-point game. Ringgold has cut it from a 12-point lead back to 4. Ramblers want to extend it. Floater by Baker, short. Trying again. Off the side of the iron. Tamara Yancey swatted away by Yarger. All alone, Jersey Ray Loy can't keep it on the floor, but it comes off of a Rambler, so the Ringgold Tigers have possession. 10 seconds left in the third quarter, and they'll inbound from the baseline into the basket. Way to hang around by the Ringgold Tigers on the road. 10 seconds in the quarter. Here's the inbound to Yarger. Yarger down inside for Harris. This escapes the floor and stays with Ringgold. 5.5 on the clock. Now it's Jersey Ray Loy. Loy has 2 targets. Mountjoy also down inside. Here's Harris. She pulls up from mid-range. Too much on it. Boarded by Baker. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. She's in front of the scorer's table as she hucks it, and it's wide either way. So our third quarter is in the books in what's turning into a potential instant classic. It's 36-32. We've got 8 minutes left to play. Can't wait to see how this shakes out. Will the Ringgold Tigers come back from a 12-point deficit and get the win on the road? Can the Ramblers hang on their home hardwood? We'll find out next. 30 seconds, we'll be back. WQCH, WFLI.
All right.
At State Farm. This is
I'm trying really hard not to scream with a band. They're so loud. I feel like I had to
Makes
yell.
you sound excited.
I know. I am excited. It's a good game.
Yeah. Okay. Get ready. It's back to you now.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia. Prep basketball on the airwaves here tonight. WFLI, WQCH. Thanks for being with us. You can also stream tonight's games free live, crystal clear, anywhere in the nation. Be sure to send them to grandma, grandpa, friends and family outside of the region. DiscoverDade.com, DiscoverWalker.com. You can stream our radio station feeds live there for free anytime. Final period's underway. It's a 4-point game. Instant classic shaping up here in region play between the Tigers and the Ramblers. Thank you for being with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei here courtside with all the action. Back in the booth, Tim Hall, Jeff LaFleur. Ramblers with the ball. They lead by 4, 36-32. Tamara Yancey takes it inside, swatted away. Harris comes up with the ball. Show on the floor. Far side, Mountjoy can't haul it in as it escapes over the baseline. So the Ramblers will keep possession. 21 seconds gone in our final period. At one point, the Ramblers had a 12-point lead. They went on a huge run to start that third period of play, but the Tigers have been chipping away at it. One pass, now two. Raven Yancey gets it to go off the glass. They extend their lead back to 6, 38-32. Up the floor, Ringgold has it picked off. Tigers lose it. Here's a feed. Baker tries off the glass, won't go. Boarded by Allie Massengale. And a timeout on the floor between these two programs. Prep basketball on the airwaves, WQCH, WFLI. Thanks for being with us. Interestingly enough, this season, even though they've played 3 different amounts of games here, the Ramblers have played 19 total games this season. The Tigers have played 22 total games, but they've averaged the same amount of points per game at 48. The Ramblers have scored 909 points this year. The Tigers have scored 1,071. Interesting contrast there. On the other side of the ball, though, defensively, the Tigers have only allowed 43 points per game. The Ramblers have allowed 49. In region play, the Ramblers 4-7, the Tigers 5-6. On the road, Ringgold is 5-6, though. It's their weakest spot. Anytime they have to go on the road, less likely to come away with a win. The Ramblers, effective at home, 4-3. These two programs met back on the 9th of January. It was in Ringgold, and the Tigers came up with a nice win, a hefty win, 69-52. Right now, very close, a 6-point game, but it wasn't that way for this entire matchup. In the third period, at one point, the Ramblers had gone on a massive run, 10 points. Lafayette led by 12. Ringgold will have the ball out of the timeout. 7:14 to play here in Lafayette, Georgia. Thanks for being with us tonight. Tigers onto the floor, and they'll run it, roping the orange back and forth. Loy on the far side, double teamed, in trouble, gets rid of it. Back to the far side to Mountjoy. Entry pass to Yarger and taken away by the Ramblers. Picked off by Fanny Barber. Barber's going to take her time on her way down the hardwood. Coach Holly Rudy shouting out a play to her girls. Ramblers wearing their white home unis tonight. Tigers wearing the black with blue accents. Loy looking for the steal, nearly had it. Somehow fed to the corner, and the three won't go. A pull-up from Emma Parker. Battle for the basketball as two players fall down on the edge of the mid-post. Lafayette will keep possession. 6:38 to play, 6-point game, 38-32. Ramblers lead. Here's the inbound for Lafayette High School. Ramblers quickly, and this one won't go. Short on the look by Jenna Baker. Fed on the far side, just in play. She tried for the long two and couldn't get it. Ramblers keep the ball. Pass to the close corner. Fanny Barber, too much. Boarded by the Tigers, quick foul. Baker gets the call. Allie Massengale will inbound for Ringgold High School. Ramblers playing a soft press, if that's possible. Players down there not really bringing the heat. Now they will as Yarger takes over. She passes it away quickly. To the corner to Mountjoy. Mountjoy through traffic, loses the ball. Somehow kept away from Barber. Passed outside to Loy. She drives. Floater from mid-range. Cashed in. A little money in the bag makes it a 4-point game. 2 minutes gone in our final quarter. 38-34 Rambler lead. They've been ice cold over the last few minutes. And a long pass up the floor. Going to escape the hardwood. Ringgold Tigers take back over with the ball. Ringgold's on an insane run right now. 8 points to the 2 of the Ramblers, and with a 2 as they inbound it there. As soon as I started to give you that stat, a quick pull-up I didn't expect. A 10-2 run now for the Ringgold Tigers. A chance to make it an 11-2 run as Harris is sent to the line for the old-fashioned 3, fouled in motion. Here it is. And that makes it a 1-point game, 38-37. Ringgold Tigers aren't just alive, they're threatening the Ramblers. Stolen away, Ringgold down inside. Loy can't hold on to it. Back to Harris, she tries, it goes. That's our 4th lead change of the night. The Ringgold Tigers out in front for the first time since the first half. It's 39-38 Ringgold High School. Five and a half to play in Lafayette, Georgia. WQCH, WFLI. 2 passes, Ramblers try quickly. House can't get it. Ludi has it, gets it to Tamara Yancey. She's triple teamed, breaks away, and the shot off the mark. Harris, floater. Loy, the point guard of the Ringgold Tigers, takes an extra step and turns it back over to the Ramblers. 4 lead changes tonight, 3 ties. Our most recent lead change just 40 seconds ago, and our only lead change of the second half. The Ramblers had led since the halftime break. Lafayette High School loses the ball, and that's over and back. Baker was looking back to Raven Yancey. She wasn't ready for it. Thought she was going to go down inside on the entry pass. Got a hand on the ball, escaped her. Got over that midcourt stripe. She's able to hustle back and grab the ball, so not a wide open, all alone look for the Tigers, but now they'll take over on the offensive end of the floor. Here's the inbound, Loy. Working with it, Jersey Ray, heavily defended, gets rid of it. Yarger on the straightaway. She'll hand it off to Harris. Quick move, knifes her way down inside and fouled. As she drives to the basket, she'll go to the stripe. 4:55 to play in Lafayette, Georgia. Ringgold Tigers lead by 1, 39-38 here on WFLI, WQCH. Albany Harris gets this to go. It makes it a 2-point game, 40-38. Great turnout here tonight. It's not too late to be with us. Tickets are $5. Buy them at the door, cash or card. We'll have both games on the airwaves as well. The boys' game coming up next. This one rattles off, won't go. 1 for 2 at the line, 2-point game. Tigers keep possession. Jersey Ray, close side, Mountjoy loses the ball. She picks it back up. Heavily defended on the wing. She gives it to Albany Harris. Albany tries to knife her way down inside, and she loses the ball over the baseline. Last touched by Lafayette. So Jersey Ray Loy will inbound for the Ringgold Tigers. 4.5 to play, 2-point game. Ringgold leads, they've got the ball. Here's the inbound. Mountjoy, double team, tries it, can't get it. Yarger with a board. Ludi swats it away. She regathers. Ringgold parked down on the offensive end of the floor. They've been a menace. What a run for the Tigers. Here's the drive. Floater goes. Cashed in. 4-point game. Tied for their largest lead of the night. The Ringgold Tigers have stormed back from a 12-point deficit over the last 10 minutes of play. 4:16 to go. 42-38. And what an insane run it's been for Ringgold High School. Ringgold has scored 16 points to the Ramblers, too. What a run. Ludi takes the long pass and knocks down the 3 from the corner. So much for the run, it's a 1-point game. He'll say Ludi had a toe on the line, they're only giving her 2. 42-40. Yarger walking it up the floor for Ringgold. 1 hand off, now 2. Harris to the corner. Mountjoy. Entry pass to Yarger off the glass. It rattles and goes. Back to a 4-point game, 44-40. Ringgold Tiger lead. Ramblers with the basketball. Close side. Raven Yancey shoveled it down inside. Baker loses it for a moment. Swatted at by Loy. To Ludi in the corner. She hit one from there seconds ago. Close side, kept alive by Raven Yancey. Blown tire, taken by Mountjoy. Jersey Ray gathers it on the long pass, a Hail Mary, and she just barely stepped over the baseline. Coach is not happy. Letting the official hear it. 44-40, a 4-point game. Ramblers take back over with the ball. Raven Yancey up the floor, nearly lost, regathered Emma House. Outside to the straightaway. Yancey back to House. She tries for three. This one a big high bounce, won't go. Mountjoy boards it for the Ringgold Tigers. They've got a 4-point lead. Looking to do anything they can to extend it. They trailed by 12 at one point in Lafayette, Georgia. Right now the Ringgold Tigers are on a 16-5 run, or 4 run. Thought it was a 3 initially, but a toe on the line for Ludi. Here come the Ringgold Tigers. Step back, mid-range. This won't go. Trying to knock that down, Jersey Ray Loy. That was a fast break. 2:40 to play, 4-point game. Ringgold Tigers back in a defensive shell. Here come the Ramblers. Floater won't go for Fanny Barber. Tigers get the board, Jersey Ray Loy. Quick pick way back on the floor. Raven Yancey trying to harass her, take away the orange. Hand it off. Back across to Loy. Loy to the corner to Mountjoy. She escapes one defender, has some room, big collision, pass outside to Harris. She wants 3, it rims out. Boarded by the Ramblers. Fanny Barber to run the floor. Fires the orange, down to House, off the glass it goes. 2-point game, 2:08 to play. 44-42, Ringgold Tiger lead here in Lafayette, Georgia. They've got the basketball. Allie Massengale down to the wing. There's the 3, and it clatters out. Harris gets the rebound. She's on the elbow, driving down inside, off the glass, it won't go. Ramblers have it for a moment. Mountjoy trying to strip it away, somehow gets it to Yarger. Down low, off the glass, won't drop. Harris gets a 3rd chance of the ball for the Ringgold Tigers, and the foul. 44-42. Ringgold Tigers lead by just 2, 1:42 to play, and Harris to the line. The Tigers beat the Ramblers handily the first time they played in Ringgold, Georgia. The final on that back on January 9th, 69-52. The Ramblers looking for revenge on their home floor, but they trail by 2 with 1:42 to play. This one goes. She hits her first of 2. Albany Harris at the stripe makes it a 3-point game, 45-42, Ringgold Tiger lead. Ringgold at one point was on a 15-2 run here in this 4th period. It was in response to a 12-0 run by the Ramblers. The Ramblers had a 12-point lead midway through the 3rd period. Harris gets her second. It's a 4-point game, 46-42. Up the floor, Tamara Yancey hands it off to her sister, Raven Yancey, off the glass. Boarded by Mountjoy and the Tigers, over to Yarger. 90 seconds to play. Ringgold, backdoor, Harris, and she's fouled. Right under the basket, shoulder to shoulder with Baker. She goes down hard. 86 seconds on the clock in Lafayette, Georgia. It's prep basketball, WFLI, WQCH. I'm Gabriel Schrei, Jeff LaFleur, Tim Hall in the studio tonight. Albany Harris at the line. Here's her first. No. She went 2 for 2 on her last trip to the stripe. Harris has been an important piece in this late run for the Tigers. Here's her second. Yes, that extends the lead of Ringgold to 5 with 1:25 to play. 47-42 Tigers. Tamara Yancey to Raven Yancey. She's on the wing for 3, and it rattles out. Boarded by Albany Harris. Trying to escape Raven Yancey. Has to pick up the ball off of the knee of Yancey and off of the hardwood. 1:12 to play. 5-point game, 47-42. And a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. Thanks for being with us, Prep Basketball tonight. One last reminder, and then I won't bring it up again. We would love to have you here in person for the boys' game, but of course we'll have that as well on WFLI, WQCH tonight. Family and friends outside of the region can listen for free, crystal clear, anywhere in the nation online. DiscoverWalker.com, DiscoverDade.com. You can stream the station live there for free. Very easy to get a hold of the feed. Super fun to listen to, and we're going to have all the action in the second game as well. 5-point game here right now, 1:12 to play. The Tigers have stormed back from a 12-point deficit, mostly fueled by a 15-2 run over the course of 8 minutes. It's 47-42. Ringgold High School in the lead, a timeout on the floor. They're going to have the basketball as well coming out of this timeout, so one more bucket, and it's going to look pretty hopeless for the Ramblers. Lafayette needs to get the ball and get a quick one. At one point, Lafayette led by 12 midway through the third period, and all of that fueled by a 10-0 run to open up the third quarter of play, second half. To inbound for the Tigers and put us back underway, Jersey Ray Lloyd. Lloyd looking out onto the floor. Lots of pressure and a timeout taken by Cassidy Gaylor. A good call. Back-to-back timeouts by the Tigers. They were closing in on 8 seconds. She calls for the timeout and saves the Tigers the ball with 72 seconds to play. 47-42. 5-point game. Ringgold High School is in the lead and looking to cushion it here in the closing stages. Lafayette needs to do anything they can to get the basketball if they want to win. Crucial wins here in the late stages. Tigers are on a 3-game skid looking to snap that on the road at Lafayette High School. The Ramblers were on a 2-game win streak that ended on Tuesday with a loss to Adairsville 44-41. Ringgold's last loss came on Tuesday as well against Bremen in Ringgold, 44-40, both close games. This is close as well, just 5 points between these two, 72 seconds left to play. Coming up next for the Ringgold Tigers, they've got one regular season matchup left on the calendar. That's this next Tuesday at Gordon Lee. The Ramblers have 2 left on the calendar, at Ridgeland on Tuesday, and on Thursday they'll host Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe. Both programs have averaged 48 per game. The Tigers have got 47, the Ramblers 42. 5-point game, we're back underway. Ringgold to the inbound, Loy across the floor, over down to the midcourt stripe. Yarger standing right on the line. Finesse to the wing, back out to the straightaway. 60 seconds, burning clock. Jersey Ray looking around, fires this far side, Mountjoy. They're going to take as much time as they can. 50 seconds left. Loy across to Yarger, she's just standing with it. 5 on the shot clock, entry pass taken by the Ramblers. Fanny Barber running the floor hastily, 39 seconds, backdoor, Tamara Yancey off the glass, that goes. 47-44, 36 seconds left to play. It's a 3-point game. And some confusion on the floor, the officials. They've all come out onto the arc down on the left side here from where I'm standing. And sorting something out. I'm not sure what there could have been to double check on that. Both coaches look confused as well. They check in at the scorer's table. Maybe a clock adjustment. 35 seconds on the clock here. 47-44, 3-point game. Ringgold Tigers lead, they inbound. 30 seconds on the clock, no shot clock. Ramblers have to get the ball somehow. Raven Yancey harassing Yarger. Up the floor, Albany Harris tries the layup. It's loose, ball's being fought for. Tamara Yancey has it, out of the pass. Raven Yancey, 3-point game, 17 seconds. Ludi knifes her way inside off the glass and boarded by Yarger. Stolen away, Raven Yancey gets packed. Ludi gets the board. Here's the pull-up for 3, and it's off the mark. 9.3 on the clock, 47-44, and a timeout on the floor. Albany Harris, a collision on the backside. Gets some help up, she'll go to the bench. 9.3 seconds on the clock. Timeout on the floor by the Ramblers. Clutch timeout, and you can hear the Lafayette High School marching band getting into the action with 9.3 on the clock. 47-44. Great North Georgia regional matchup here tonight. WQCH, WFLI. Thanks for being with us. Just one big bucket separating these two. Lafayette High School had a couple of really good looks on that trip up the floor. Got a pretty miraculous couple of passes. 3 missed shots. All of them quick, hasty, high energy. Pressure doesn't get bigger than that, and Fanny Barber got the ball. It just came to her. She was standing out maybe 6-7 feet beyond the arc on the wing on the close side of the floor, and it bounced right into her hands, and there was a moment of hesitation. But when you're in high school and you're playing high school sports, that's it. You live for that. Knock it down, tie the game, send it to overtime. She pulled up and just couldn't quite hit it. It was just not quite the right touch. So it's a 3-point game, 9.3 seconds. The timeout's over. Lafayette's got the ball in the inbound. A 3 ties it and sends us to overtime. 9.3 seconds. Inbound, Barber, loose, stolen by the Ringgold Tigers. Massengale fouled intentionally, 5.6 on the clock. 47-44 Ringgold. She goes to the line and potentially puts this out of reach with a make. Massengale pulls up, her first is short. 3-point game, 5.6 seconds. The Ramblers go to the bench, another timeout. That's a lot of pressure too if you have to go in a timeout, go to the sideline and wait 30 seconds to shoot that second chance at the line to push the game to 4 points. It's making me nervous just thinking about it. The band's into it. I hope you are as well. Prep basketball tonight, WFLI, WQCH. It's 47-44. Ringgold Tigers lead by 3. Massengale is at the line for Ringgold High right now. And if she knocks down this second chance at the stripe, it probably pushes the game out of reach for Lafayette. If she misses it, Lafayette could drain a 3 here as time is expiring to force overtime. Thanks for being with us. At one point, it was a 12-point game between these two in the third period, and a great 15-2 run for the Ringgold Tigers that spanned almost 8 minutes of play, put them right back in it, put them in the lead. Their largest lead of the night has been 6 points. Right now, 47-44, 3-point game. Massengale back to the stripe. She'll shoot one more. If she makes it, it probably puts this on the top shelf, just a bit out of reach. Here it is, pressure's on. 5.6 on the clock. She fires, it won't go. Ramblers get the ball. Ludy to Tamara Yancey. 2 seconds on the clock. Near the midcourt stripe, the pull-up, it won't go. Ringgold Tigers win. Ringgold Tigers get the win on the road. And in dramatic fashion. 47-44, Ringgold High School, the final score. The Ringgold Tigers now rise to 12-11 on the season. 6-6, 500 overall in region play, 6-6 on the road. The Ramblers fall to 9-11, 4-8 in region play, 4-4 at home, 500 overall. What a win for Ringgold High to claw back with a 15-2 run, put themselves in striking distance, and pull off the win here on WQCH, WFLI. That is thrilling stuff and a lot of fun. The gym is really filling up. We're going to have game 2 as well here on our big simulcast tonight, the boys game coming up. Before we get into analysis of that and talk a little bit more post-game here, we'll take a 2-minute break and be back with more prep basketball. Don't go anywhere. WQCH, WFLI.
Okay.
Does not get much more dramatic than that.
Nope. You did. Good game.
I need a bucket
Are we
of
all
water.
going to cover the senior thing?
I don't know what to do for the senior thing. I'm
As
gonna
long
let.
as
There's
you
some
gotta-
guys. There's some guys standing by my crowd mic. I'm just gonna let them know. Real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be right
If
back.
the crowd mic can pick it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let them know.
At the Bank of Lafayette, our mobile banking app is on the cutting edge of this digital transformation. As we grow and adapt to this financial evolution, our mobile banking app continue to change the way money is managed. If you get paid by check and you don't want to drive
All right, I'll let them know. I think just we'll just pot it up and see what we get. They're not on the floor right now though.
you can deposit checks
I don't know if they're gonna come back
Okay.
or what.
at any time. Remote deposit at the Bank
So maybe I'll just start breaking it down.
Maybe, yeah, do your post game and see what comes.
Yeah.
You'll
Okay, starting the last 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
And Walker County have chosen the Dairy Dip as their favorite spot for lunch and dinner, serving up the largest variety of food in the area. The Dairy Dip has something for even the pickiest of eaters. So bring
When they finish that, I'll probably take a 5-minute break and go down, get rosters, double check everything, and then be back.
the Dairy Dip restaurant
And just leave it on, huh?
If you think that's safe.
in Lafayette.
I think it is. Okay, back to you now.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia, home of the Ramblers. They fall in game 1 here on our simulcast tonight to the Ringgold Tigers in a thrilling ending. Lafayette went on a 12-0 run out of the halftime break in the third quarter. Built it up to a 12-point lead at one point. Really exciting stuff for the Ramblers, but then the Tigers stormed back a 15-2 run in response over the course of nearly 8 minutes of play. They were able to walk away with a win. 3 points, 47-44 Ringgold Tigers. They rise to 12-11 on the season, 6-6 in region play. Lafayette High School's Ramblers fall to 9-11 on the year. Right now, the Ramblers on the floor. They're going to honor their seniors as part of senior night here, and we're going to carry that audio from the public address announcer tonight in just a moment. 5 seniors on this roster: Kennedy Ludi, Fanny Barber, Bianca Segura, Jenna Baker, and Suki Williams, who scored the honorary points to open tonight's girls basketball game on WFLI WQCH. Holly Rudy standing by with the 5 seniors. Here we go.
Lafayette High School would like to recognize the following students for their participation in basketball and cheerleading. The following seniors are being recognized for their participation in cheerleading. Ava McNabb. Ava is the daughter of Tiffany and Belle McNabb. She has participated in cheerleading for 4 years and medal for 4 years. She is on the varsity spirit and competition squad and is a team captain. She was awarded UCA Pink Crusher her freshman year. She received the Red Up Award her junior year. She received the Pink Forward Award for 3 years at UCA Pink. She was asked to try out for the UCA staff. She was all-region 3A honorable mention for her senior season. Her favorite basketball cheerleader is cheering in the region tournament and being in the student section when she's not cheering. Ava plans to attend school to become an RN and work as a nursing nurse.
Beautiful ceremony here at Lafayette High School honoring the seniors on both the cheerleading squad and the basketball program. Kennedy Ludi, Fanny Barber, Bianca Segura, Jenna Baker, and Suki Williams. Again, the 5 seniors for the basketball program of the Ramblers. Boys game is coming up in just a few minutes on WFLI WQCH. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with more of our post-game wrap on the girls game, pre-game of our boys basketball broadcast. That sounded awful. I had to.
Yeah, it sounded awful.
Sorry for that.
So,
It's like they're using a different PA or something.
yeah. So, would you need to go to regular programming?
I don't know. They've done.
You got enough to talk about.
1, 2. They've done 2 girls. There's 1, 2, 3. Hold on.
And there's no clock.
This is their 3rd girl. No, there's no clock. They've got 15 waiting to start for the boys. So we're going to have 15 for the boys. Do you think we can take 2 5-minute breaks and that not be too dramatic?
It might be for Jeff, but I can do it.
They're doing, I think they're done with the cheerleaders. And so they've only got 5 basketball girls.
Yeah.
So I can make something up about the girls' game here, and let's see what they're. I'll give me 90 seconds of fill here, and we'll take another 2-minute break and see how they're doing.
Okay. Well, we got one more 30 on this 2-minute break.
No, I mean like I'll talk for 90 seconds, and then we'll see how they're doing when we go to break again.
Okay, sounds good. In 30.
Plumbing problems arise if you need a professional. Call Mitchell's Plumbing, Northwest Georgia's most experienced and trusted plumbing company. Their certified and respectful technicians are here for you. They always stay up to date on the latest, most affordable plumbing installation and repair products available. And if you need portable restrooms, they offer pots on the spot for all your needs. From plumbing your new home to servicing your gas appliances and more, Mitchell's Plumbing is here.
Goat voiceover.
Okay, get ready. Back to you now.
Welcome back to Lafayette, Georgia, home of the Lafayette High School Ramblers. One game in the books. We've got a doubleheader tonight for you on WQCH, WFLI. The Ramblers dropped game one to the Ringgold Tigers on the road. Ramblers were looking for a revenge win against the Tigers. The Tigers had a big-time victory at home back on January 9th. 69-52 the final in the first matchup between these two programs. The Tigers also snapped a three-game skid tonight with their win on the road against Lafayette. 47-44 the final in the girls basketball game. Right now, the senior girls of Lafayette High School being honored down on the floor. Already out there is Jenna Baker. Joining her tonight will be Kennedy Ludi, Fanny Barber, Bianca Segura, and Suki Williams, the 5 seniors for Lafayette High School's Ramblers. Great careers here playing for LHS. Great first game overall. That was a lot of fun, and it doesn't get much better than that, really. An instant classic. At one point, the Ramblers had built up a 12-point lead midway through that third period, and it did not last. Storming from behind, Ringgold Tigers were able to put together a 15-2 run, put themselves in striking position to win. Their largest lead of the night was just 6 points. They win by 3, 47-44. Exciting stuff, and it was fueled by the great performance of Jersey Ray Loy. Allie Massengale was great, Albany Harris, Keely Mountjoy. It felt like a whole team effort for the Tigers tonight that pushed them over the top and fueled a victory for them on the road in region play over the Lafayette High School Ramblers. We're going to have the boys game next here. We're excited to bring you our coverage of that, and lots to say about those two programs. I'm going to dig into that more in depth and walk through some of the different things to watch with those two programs tonight. All the guys on the rosters who we're going to keep an eye on specifically, some of the key statistics, and maybe some strategy of what we'll see between those two here in Lafayette tonight. Excited to have you along for the ride for that. I just do want to remind you, if you're in the area, if you're close by, it's definitely not too late. You probably have 25 minutes before tip. Just $5 to get in the door. $5 cash. You can pay with a credit card. Come on down. Be with us here in person. We're running out of seating quickly, so you might want to hurry. The gym is probably about 80% full right now, and it's going to be loud and rocking in here for game number 2. So we'd love to have you here along for the ride. Again, the score in game 1, the girls' game, 47-44, a Ringgold Tigers win. It's not too late for Tiger fans to hop on 75, get down here, be with us at the boys' game. Can't wait to bring you all the action. We'll take a quick 5-minute break and be back with more prep basketball in just a moment. WQCH, WFLI.